if you are a real estate agent and you haven't achieved the goals you want in your career, you're pissed off, you're frustrated, you're angry, most likely it has nothing to do with you being a bad real estate agent, and it has everything to do with the fact that not enough of your potential clients know that you exist. So that's what we're going to fix in this video. Alright, so let's fix the main problem I see to why most real estate agents aren't achieving the goals they have and that are not having the life that they believe that you deserve to be having. Because if they don't know you exist, how the hell can they choose you, right? So let's tackle that invisibility problem. So the simple truth, as you can see here, if they don't even know that you exist, how can they choose you as their agent? Even before, trust, before talking about leads, talking about sales, the absolute first thing that we gotta fix and we gotta, tackle is making sure that they know you exist as a real estate agent. Because even if they don't even know you, then you can't even be an option for them. So I want you to imagine like this. So let's say your local market that is 100%, of your potential clients. How many, like me sitting here having a conversation with you, and I want you to be very honest, like how many of them know that you exist? Not just your name, not just your face, but who you really are. How you think, and why they should trust you. So how many of your potential clients do even know you on a deeper level? Because the problem is that, as I talked about before, and I give you a little bit of hint, I do believe that most real estate agents are invincible. So for the absolute majority of the market you work in, they have no clue of who you are and that you even exist on this planet Earth working as a real estate agent. So the invisible agent, they work very hard, they're doing a really good job, they're really good real estate agents. They really care about their clients. So in my eyes, why I even sit here and make these videos, because I really want to help every single invincible agent out there to be visible. Because I just know that working in the dark, you're doing an absolute great job, but you're really reaping so little of the benefits you could be having. Because being in a place where too few people know about you is just a bad place to be at. Because if too few people know you, then you have a very, very little people choosing you as their agent as well. So that's the main problem we gotta tackle here. So one big thing that we gotta understand, what is social media really doing? So in a very, very basic and simple way, social media helps more potential clients get to know you. That's it. So if there's just one thing I want you to take from this video when you're, done with this one, you have watched this one in full, is that social media helps your potential clients get to know you better. And it doesn't happen, overnight. It doesn't happen when you just post one post, you get inspired, you watch this video, and boom, next week, Monday comes, you make a post. It doesn't happen that fast, but it does happen after, you do it 1, 2, 5, 15, 20, 50, 100 times. So the more reps you put in, the more exposure you get, and the more your potential clients get to know you. Because they see your face, they hear your thoughts, they understand your values, and they start to feel, very, familiar with you. And when this happens over time, 1 month goes, 6 months goes, 12 months goes by, they're still following you, then they start to trust you. And that's, the real goal we're trying to achieve here. And I want you to explain this in a simple manner as well. Because first, they get to know you, then they start to trust you. And then when the timing is right, they're more likely to choose you as their agent. That is the real game. And as I talked about on the channel before, the goal is not to become famous, is not to dance on TikTok, it's not to going viral, it's to getting known by the right people. And this, in my eyes, when I talk about these things, is like seeing social media as a real business tool, because it really, really is. And the agents in the future, there's going to absolutely crush it, and you don't understand like why the hell doesn't they pick me? It's because they have another agent in your market that is absolutely crushing it on social media. They have built trust, so even before go on the client meeting, they know that one. How are you going to win when they have followed another agent for 2 years and they have providing value to them for 2 years? Like, that is going to be impossible to compete with. So pay attention here, implement these things, and be the winner in your local market. So I wanted to give you a simple example here. Like, imagine, because this was like an aha moment for myself. So imagine meeting someone for the first time. You talk with them for 10 minutes and you feel like, I really like their vibe. But after 10 minutes, they don't become your absolute best friend, right? Because trust takes time. And I really want you to think like this when you're starting to build your personal brand on social media, when you're starting to post things, you're starting to have a conversation in the DMs with real people, real potential client of yours. Like, trust takes time. So like, for me, it's absolutely crazy that there's so many people out there, like, they start building their brand, they give it all for 1 week, 2 weeks, and they pull the plug after that. Like, they throw in the towel after 2 weeks. Like, how are you going to create something that is sustainable and truly valuable after 2 weeks? Like, you can't meet someone for the first time and they become your best friend after 2 weeks. It usually takes years, and the same thing goes with this. So the real thing, as I marked here, like, social media gives potential clients more time with you before they ever meet you. And that is very powerful. Because imagine every single client meeting you go on, they already know you before the meeting. Like, do you believe your hit rate is going to go up if that's the case? Well, of course it's going to go up. And this one is important as well, like the first win. Because there's so many people also that is focusing on the wrong things, because they believe that, well, I'm going on and building my personal brand on social media, like, when are the leads coming in? And I know, like, that's the goal. We want to wake up on a Monday and, like, boom, we have 5 new hot leads that we can call and book a meeting on. Like, of course, that's the ultimate dream we're chasing, but that's not the first win. So the first win is actually when people who already know you get to know you better. So think it's like this way. In fancy business terms, it's called lead nurture. And what that really means is that, just say a person, okay, well, I'm thinking about selling my apartment. I have 3 agents that I have in mind. You're lucky you're one of them. And then they do a little bit of research. They might watch your social profiles, etc. And the other 2 ones, zero. Like, zero presence. The last photo they published is like from 2015. So that's very easy to win over them in my eyes. And then they have you. You're watching, you're posting things on a weekly basis, you're providing as much value as you can. So what happens when they stumble upon your profile? Well, they click on the first video. Well, this is interesting. They watch another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And what happens? Boom, 30 minutes go by. They have consumed your stuff. Do you believe that is a good situation to be in? Of course it is. So that's the power of lead nurture. Because as I talked, social media is really, a modern and today's business card. So if you're killing it on social media, building a personal brand, you're going to, the people who are thinking about picking you, you're increasing the likelihood by a lot if you're doing things in the right way. Because they spend more time with you, they understand you more, and they trust you more. So imagine after those 30 minutes, when the potential clients watch your stuff. After those 30 minutes, they trust you more than the other ones. Why? Well, because they have spent more time with you than the other ones. It's just simple math. And that alone can make more people choose you. So that's why it's so important. And this is really like the simple strategy. You should be posting content that help your potential clients. You teach them, you guide them, you answer their questions, and it's such a good way to show the way you think and really, showcase your expertise. Because if you're an absolute great agent, and I do believe that most of you watching this, you're really good at what you do, but too few people know that you exist. So that's why it's so important for you to build your personal brand on social media, because you can really showcase how freaking good you are. In the videos you make, the expertise you show, it's just a smart thing. And you can also show what it's like to work with you. And as I said before, if there's one thing you take away from this, is that it makes it a lot easier for them to know you. Because if you, imagine you don't post anything on social media, there's nothing about you on social media or even on the internet. How are they going to get to know you better? It's impossible. So make it easier for them to get to know you. Because when you do that, you're going to attract more of the right people into your life, your career, your private life, and you will be a magnet for the right people. So result here, it's very important. So more people get to know you. What happens then is that more people trust you and more people will remember you. And when they need an agent, you are no longer a stranger. So that is very important to understand. Because if they have consumed your stuff over a long enough period of time, you're no longer a stranger to them. You are the obvious choice. So that's everything I'm doing here with, trying to teach everything I can about personal branding for real estate agents, because I just want every single invincible agent on planet Earth to start crushing it on social media and start crushing it in your careers. That's my ultimate goal. If just one person leave this video and feel like, damn, I need to start building my personal brand. You do that for 3 months. You come back to this video. You comment hey man, I just got my first lead from social media. That's a big win. And one final thing I want to talk about before we leave here is that please don't overcomplicate social media, because it's really, really simple. Your first goal is to let more of the right people to get to know you. That's it. No leads, no 10 new listings in 6 months time. This is this first goal, to let more of the right people to get to know you. Because if they don't know you, as I said before, it's impossible for them to choose you. And now don't forget to watch this video where I talk about the importance of going all in on Instagram as a real estate agent. Because in my eyes, it's the absolute best platform for getting more of your potential clients to know that you exist. So I talk about the full blueprint in that video. So don't make sure that you miss that one.